it Manchester City. This is going to be one of the biggest games of their lives this season. Anybody, if you lose, you go home. Imagine Real Madrid living in a playoff of the Champions League, or Manchester City after being close to winning a back-to-back in previous season. Now they are in this position because both of them finished outside the top 8 in that Champions League table. Now they have to play each other to see who advances to the quarterfinal of that Champions League. Good morning, guys. Welcome to Vote Sports on Vote 104.3 FM. My name is Godwin, and I'm here with my team to talk about the Champions League today. Good morning, Nonso. How are you?
Good morning, people. Things will happen this evening. Plenty things, plenty surprise.
Everywhere goes scattered.
Everywhere goes scattered today. But we will not dive into it right now because as it stands, I think there's going to be a Merseyside derby today. Mm-hmm. So aside from that, now I just want to focus my attention, not to concern me on the Champions League.
When they talk about Champions League, I'm talking about.
John, how are you? I'm fine. I'm fine. Good morning, football maniacs. Welcome to another show. Today, is the point of no return. Yeah. This is Man City versus Real Madrid. Somebody has to go out, and it's all going down tonight, no doubt.
Yes, there's also a Premier League game today. It was the rescheduled game. Everton is going to be playing tomorrow. It's tomorrow. Everton is going to play tomorrow for tomorrow. We'll talk about that tomorrow. But it's Champions League.
I felt today was 12.
So it's tomorrow. We're going to talk about that tomorrow. But today is Champions League, and Real Madrid is going to be going to England to play Man City. Before that, we go into that. Remember, guys, we are live on YouTube at Vote FM Sports. At Vote FM Sports. You can join us live. Drop your comments. We will be reading your comments live here in the studio. Okay, John, the Champions League is back in this playoff. But all of them are in this situation. But let me give you the fixtures of today's game. They will talk about all the games happening today because it's the Champions League playoff. Brest is going to play PSG in the first game today. That game is happening 18:45. That means 15 minutes to 7 is going to happen today. Then other games are happening 9 p.m. Sporting Lisbon will play Borussia Dortmund. Juventus is going to play PSV. Then Man City will play Real Madrid. Okay, John, let's start with the Man City and Real Madrid. It's winners take it all. Even though they have a first and second leg, they're going to play home and away in this game next week. But the first leg is going to be important.
Very important.
You're going to set the tune of how the second leg was going to be, but Man City are in a very, very tough situation. Look at their week game against this small club that they were fighting for their life to win, but you don't judge football like that.
That's the thing.
For example, look at Liverpool. Liverpool has been trashing all the teams in the Premier League. They couldn't win in a small guys that even last. But Real Madrid are because of their defensive issues.
Wait, all this question now is
so I know you are. I want to ask John.
No, all this question now, you just want to hype John up for the lose. And he will take this evening. What do you think about this game today?
I think this is a game of history, and it's a game of who wants it more in the moment.
Which history?
Yes, it's a game of history. It's a game of who wants it more in the moment. It's a historical game that is going to see two titans go against each other. Somebody with a leaking defense and another team with a team that is a shadow of themselves right now, playing each other in this moment. City have a better head-to-head against Real Madrid in the Champions League. The last 4 matches, we came out on top and then go, but that is history. You understand? That's not obtainable today. The City who achieved that result is not the team that are going to be playing today. They are going to be playing, City that is going to be playing today is a team that is struggling for form, struggling to pick themselves out of the rut they've been in so far this season. So that's why I say it's a game of history, and it's also a game of the moment. Who is the captain of the moment? Who is going to take the moment this game? Because if you look at it, you are having a Real Madrid that has a discomfited defense coming up against a City side now that they've not gelled or played as good as they can over the last 2 months.
3 months.
Yeah, let's give it 2 because since the turn of January and the ending part of December, results have turned around and performances as well. So yes, let's say 2 months, right? And these two teams are going to clash tonight, and it's going to be a firecracker of a game. But it's going to be in the moment who wants it more. In the moments when the chips are down, when performances are failing, who is going to stand tall? And that's what is going to determine where the result is going to go. This is City playing at home. Real Madrid coming to Etihad Stadium. It's not going to be a walk in the park. because for all the defensive frailties these two teams have, it's going to come down to who can turn on the star when it matters most.
Leave all this English wey John just
John dey
speak
speak English
like
now.
all the professor, engineer, doctor John. All this grammar I just speak now is what happens at the game tactically. Let's talk tactics now. Let's leave English and talk tactics. 4-3-3 against 4-3-3. Who starts? For Real Madrid, we know it's the midfielders that will start in defense, and definitely we're seeing a Fran Asensio in defense today. Maybe a coupled with Tchouaméni if he's going to be available. Now Camavinga is back, which knows we know the midfield is sealed because now with Camavinga and Valverde at the back of Jude Bellingham, you know that Jude Bellingham will go forward to create chances. Okay. So for all the hype we'll call Real Madrid stars, the Kevin De Bruyne starting today, he might be starting with the likes of Gundogan starting. The problem is still in that mid, not the defense. I don't have a problem with Man City's defense. The problem is the midfield. Who pairs with Gundogan in the midfield? Is it Gundogan or Gundogan? Who pairs with him in the midfield? That's where a problem is. Up front, Mamouche, John has always been crying for two strikers up front, but I know City has not been a team that plays two strikers up front. You get, but John is crying for two strikers up front, one that could drop deep and join the midfield process, while the other one that could camp. Now Haaland can camp, while Mamouche can come in and run behind him and run as a midfield, as a supporting midfielder or perhaps supporting striker.
As the second striker, yeah.
Yeah, so I don't have a problem with who starts in front of the Man City's attack. Well, the midfield is where I have a problem. Who plays in that midfield? Is it Gundogan and Bernardo Silva, or Bernardo Silva and Kovacic, which you know doesn't work, or is it Gundogan and Kovacic, which doesn't work as well? So for Real Madrid, the midfield works. The defense does not work.
That's
the
the
midfield
problem.
works. Now for Man City, the midfield does not work. So who you understand?
So they both of them have a peculiar problem, even though that Real Madrid caused their own because they could have
Yes,
actually
Don't-
they could have strengthened in the summer, they would have strengthened in January.
If your midfield works, if your midfield works, they recover the ball. You know, you have defensive midfielders that could recover the ball and progress the ball. If your midfield works to that level and your defense is not working, you might not notice it because you will go on and create many chances and score your goals. But if your midfield
But
does not work,
concede as well.
you will concede, no problem, but you go on and score goals. But if your midfield does not work, the whole team collapses.
Well, it depends on how you want to
The
see it.
midfield, the midfield is like the
It
pillar.
depends,
The
man.
midfield is like the pillar of any team.
Okay.
If you have, I don't know the word I'll use now because I don't want to, I don't want to use a word now that John will say no, it's not correct because I'm not the English person. But if you have midfielders that are not qualified to be in the setup, bro, and you're playing against a Real Madrid team that doesn't have defense, you can't get a goal against them.
Nico Gonzalez is back. He's probably going to start. I don't know if he's going to start or going to play from the bench, but he's available for this game. But if you look at this game in general, you know, Ancelotti has been talking about Pep Guardiola. He said that playing Pep Guardiola is always it's a nightmare for him because you don't know what he's going to play. Sometimes he plays. I think the last time he played Stone at the midfield.
Yes.
That's why they won that game. So he called him one of the best. Yes, he called him one of the best. If not, his word is that he's the best. He might be one of the best coach, if not the best coach in the whole world, and this is true. Pep has actually earned that.
One of the best, not the best.
And so let's say that if not, but let's see. But if you look at the tactical standpoint, Real Madrid defense is in shambles.
Yes.
Asensio is going to sign a new contract, so he's probably going to start. I don't know who they are going to pair with him. But for City, is the problem. City is not actually playing well. Pep needs to find a solution, and this is the biggest game this season. He's outside the top four. He needs to qualify for at least the next round of Champions League.
If they play Europa League, you don't go bad.
Which Europa League? Come on. It's Pep we are talking about there. But in that midfield, John, who are you expecting to start in that midfield?
For me, all I want to see in that midfield is KDB starting, Phil Foden in that midfield, Savinho, and I want Nico Gonzalez alongside Kovacic or Gundo.
Now look at the midfield he just scored. That's which means there's no room for Mamouche. Because if you're starting KDB, Foden, Gonzalez, and what's it called? Which other person you call the name now?
Gonzalez or Gonzalez and Kovacic or
Gonzalez and Kova. Gonzalez and Kova is two. KDB in front of them. You get Savino from the left. Foden, either Savino from the right, Foden from the left, KDB in front of these two players, which means no room for Mamouche.
Mamouche can come in the
As
second
the best,
half.
which is what I've been telling you, that you don't always need two strikers. You get, but if Mamouche starts in this one now, you know KDB is starting from the bench, and you know Nico is still going. He's a new player in the side. Though people say, I said this thing before. Somebody say where he is coming from is not football they play there. in Man City is a new culture. It's a new. You have to have at least 2 weeks or 3 weeks of training session to fit into the team properly. And so definitely for me, this match, Nico would not be starting.
Well, it depending. A player can come in and start immediately and start performing, but you have to see because he was injured in that game.
I could count only 1 out of 15.
It doesn't matter. He can be the next one too, but he was removed out from the last game, so we didn't actually see what he could capable of do for the City side. But in the Real Madrid attack is where their whole strength is. Mbappe, Rodrigo, and Vinicius. That's where
that front three, just leave it like that.
Yeah, that is where the problem. And Jude too. That front four. So that's where the problem of Man to have a whole lot of problems.
Then in the midfield,
Pep Guardiola have said that Rodrigo is the deadliest striker that he's worried about. So what do you make of that?
I think you have to look at it, because if you remember that encounter when Real Madrid dumped us out of the Champions League, it was 2 9-minute goals from Rodrigo to turn the match around. You understand me? So you understand the young man's potential and his ability on the ball, no doubt. Like I said, there are certain players that come into games, they are X factors in the sense that they can come in and in a twinkling of an eye create an opportunity that turns the matter. And Rodrigo has that X factor about him. He's now going to be who is going to. That's why for the defense now, my question is going to be, who is going to play in that right back position for City?
Nunes.
That's the problem, because if it's Nunes, and let's just go and pack our things and go back home.
If Vinicius just collect Ballon d'Or this night.
Straight up, because if Nunes starts, I'm already pissed. Straight up.
Who wants to start there?
It has to be Rico Lewis.
Rico Lewis, Ballon d'Or for
It has to be Rico Lewis.
If Rico Lewis starts in that position, Ballon d'Or for Vinicius. If Nunes starts, Ballon d'Or for Vinicius. Either ways, Ballon d'Or for Vinicius today. Because he's going to ride them and get the best of. He's going to make them look like the worst.
Yeah, confident that Vinicius will do something.
I like your confidence.
Vinicius will go on to have a quiet game today, depending on whoever is played in that position.
The last time I was surprised was when I think Vinicius, it wasn't Vinicius that started Liverpool match, where we were expecting Trent to do wonders, and they brought in a Conor Bradley, and you saw all the tackles. He actually made sure. He made sure that Kylian didn't have anything to impact in that game. Anywhere there's Kylian, there's a Conor Bradley. If that's the case for today, then it means you're already losing one man. And going forward, that man is going to at least come around and make a chance, or perhaps make a run that will definitely put you in the shadows.
Okay, let's see what happens in today. It's Manchester City and Real Madrid. It's going to be the biggest game for today's Champions League. And Pep has been talking to the press about this particular game. He said if we win against Real Madrid, it will give us a boost for the remainder of the season. So he said, we are going to play. I'm looking forward to this game. So let's see what the surprise that Pep is going to bring in us today. If he's going to play the old Pep that we used to know.
Everybody
last 2-3 years, if you want to meet Pep Guardiola in Champions League, you are afraid. But this season, I don't know what happened with them, but they have been not getting results anywhere in the league, in the FA Cup. They are struggling every single place. Everybody's even surprised, even though the Haaland has been scoring goals here and there. But let's see what happens, because if you look at Haaland's record in Champions League, he has played 47 games and scored 47 goals.
Yes.
That's the perfect record for a striker. 47 games, 47 goals for a striker. Haaland is going to be the danger man today. If he gets one chance, City might be in the knockout stages of the Champions League. But let's see what happens today. It's going to be Manchester City and Real Madrid. Okay, on our YouTube channel, Drake Media, welcome to the show. He's saying it may just be a very bad day for Madrid. No defense anywhere. Yes, for Real Madrid, they have the problem. I don't know why they decided not to buy a defender. I just don't know why.
That's the thing.
It didn't make sense to me. You have Alaba that is always injured. Even when he was at Bayern Munich, he's always injured.
Everybody knows. You have this docket of injuries. You know they are in and out.
He came to Real Madrid and he played first season and second season. He was injury free, but this season now nobody has. Sometimes last season nobody saw him. Now you have Rudiger that hardly gets injured. He's now injured.
Yes.
You have Milito that is out almost.
And you have to associate Rudiger going out on injuries also to the fact that he's playing everywhere, playing every game, receiving all manner of contact for the full season so far.
Everywhere.
How can the guy not go out on injury?
Rudiger just took a break. He's going to be back for this match.
Let's not forget that the so-called guy this man was hyping for Ballon d'Or, I would have been livid if they had given him, has been out all season. Carvajal out.
So wait,
So let's not forget.
He bad now say Carvajal because I hype him for Ballon d'Or as his best. It was his best season last year. He won
His best
he won
season
the
last
Euros-
year relative to what?
He won the Euros with Spain.
Relative to
He won
what?
the Euros with Spain. He won the Champions League with Real Madrid. He won almost everything last season.
Relative to what, man?
He has 6 goals in the Champions League in all come on.
Somebody has 47.
For a defender in one season.
He's
in
not
one
the highest
season.
scoring defender in the Champions League.
In the Champions League season, he should be he should be on that list.
Okay, let's
In
not
a
go.
single Champions League season. And
I don't want to go into that argument.
It's not
because
his fault.
both of them we are talking about. They asked Ancelotti about that Ballon d'Or
Yes.
issues. He was saying that he has passed.
It has passed. So I don't know why John is raising the matter
Pep
now.
Guardiola was asked. He's saying that he's sorry for whatever happened, but Rodri deserves it. So I don't want to enter who we have argued about that one before.
Ballon d'Or has passed. So I don't know why John is trying to raise that.
No, I'm just trying to come back.
has been
I'm just
injured.
trying to come back to the conversation.
Yes.
Which is,
They needed
You
to
have-
sign a defender.
yes.
That's why I understand where John is going. They needed to sign
and
a
you know the
defender.
funny thing, if Ancelotti's job comes, or if this were Chelsea, Ancelotti's job would be threatened right now.
If
If
it was
this were-
Chelsea,
if it was
if Chelsea had bought him a player, his job
No,
would be threatened.
If
But
Chelsea, if this was Chelsea, his job would be under question because there is a high propensity they get knocked out tonight.
How do
Or
you
across two
what
games.
makes you think
There's
they
a
did-
high
what makes you
propensity they get knocked out, and not just because of any other thing, but just because of that defense.
What
Now,
makes you
coming to the La Liga now, from a team that was 9 points up, back down to 2 points, you have to come back and look at the defense as the problem. There is also a high potential this season that another team between Atletico or Barca lifts the La Liga title. Now, if you lose out on the Champions League and you lose out on the La Liga, let's say you consolidate yourself with Copa del Rey, is that not a terrible season to have? And this is Real Madrid. This is not West Ham United where you can come
Why?
and
See,
you can
you know,
come and-
I always keep quiet for the show. I know they play Champions League competition where I know they. Don't go just carry me comfort for there.
You know, there are clubs where
In lo-
losing
see,
is acceptable.
Who is
There are clubs where losing is acceptable. There are
who
clubs
is
where
the
it's not
current
acceptable.
champions of Europe in London? Now West Ham, champions of Europe.
It's not West Ham, bro.
Yes,
It's not.
you want UEFA, Europa, start to get name, surname, pre-name, and other
I
names.
get them before.
No, I get that before. UEFA, Europa Conference League. Now me.
Okay, let's leave Real Madrid. But today, 9 p.m. is going to be the biggest game in this today's Champions League. Is going to Manchester City, and the 8th house is going to be hosting Real Madrid. And one of our comments on our YouTube, remember guys, we are live on YouTube at Vote FM Sports, and Anacletus will be saying, Adnonso, it will shock you, say City go tear Real Madrid tonight.
And like I said, it all depends on the tactics you come with.
Okay, let's see.
And I trust my team.
Okay, let's move on to the other games. I think we have stayed long with this Man City and Real Madrid because this is the biggest game. Let's go to the first game. Brest versus PSG is two French clubs playing together in this tournament. Brest have not really done well this league, even though they did well in the Champions League. For them to finish, they almost finished top 8. They started well, but at some point they
First 4 games they were beaten.
You know, the funny thing about this thing is it doesn't matter the run of games you have. So far as you finish outside that 8, you are just as bad as the person that struggled to finish 24th.
That's the thing.
And you are thrown to the wolves because you could have been thrown to Juventus. You could have been thrown to
PSG. I think PSG finished in 24th.
Real Madrid.
21.
You could have been thrown to City or any other team that finished outside that position. So where you finish, if you finish 9th, it doesn't matter. You are in the same boat.
But PSG actually started doing well. I think in 4 games, now, Dembele has scored a hat trick, 3 hat tricks in 4 games.
They are doing fine.
Yes, he is in form of his life now.
Let's not forget that the so-called game that was meant to be the test for the season, the PSG versus Monaco, PSG blew Monaco out of the water in that encounter. I don't see Brest doing anything tonight that will halt their win in this game.
Brest are already on the map. Last year, who knew who Brest was? 2 years ago, who knew who Brest was? They're already on the map. Every other person is talking about Brest being in the Champions League, doing what they did in the first 4 games.
Yeah.
And still qualifying for the knockout stages. You get, they're already on the map, unlike the teams we used to see come to the Champions League before and still make it through group stage, the Leipzig and the Red Bull teams. But now, this team has done well. They are meeting against PSG. It's going to be a different atmosphere for their fan base. It's not going to be the regular Ligue 1 meeting. You get they in their mind they know that okay we are playing Ligue 1, no, we are playing a Ligue 1 team, a Ligue 1 team, but when the anthem comes up, they know okay it's a different league. It's a knockout football. This team is not too good at knockout football. If you've seen PSG in recent time, you know they are not too good at knockout football. They are good in the league games. That's why they keep winning the leagues. But knockout football,
I think that they should be beating Brest in this one.
They should be beating them with one hand tied behind their back.
Now, what we always expect until
I'm
some.
telling you.
That was the same thing we thought about Liverpool.
See, man, look
What
at,
happened?
It's not about Liverpool right now. It's about Brest.
Lille
and Paris
against Real
Saint-Germain.
Madrid. What happened?
It's not about Liverpool right now. It's about Brest and Paris Saint-Germain. You're talking about a team that dominated you home and away in the Ligue 1 for several decades right now, and you're playing them in the Champions League. Nothing changes. Nothing changes. It's the same players. It's the same players that played in the League On. They are going to play in this encounter. It's the same PSG that have been dominating the League On. They are going to dominate it. And for all the talk about Brest being on the map or whatever, they are not guaranteed of coming back next season. So they are another Newcastle in the making. So let's not make these guys out to be more than what they are. And let's see. It's now going to be incumbent on Luis Enrique to either do away with this opportunity or to grab it, hold it, and run away with it. Simple.
There's Napoli guy, Kisha. Kisha from so he's going to be playing. I think
Napoli, he should be starting.
He should be starting. Dembele starts as a striker now.
Of course, yes.
Then
and
he scores hat-trick.
They said this guy.
Same thing with Bakola.
They said John has been complaining about Rasmus as he's not playing, and they had many players, and now they sent this my man off on loan to Juventus.
And he's been scoring there too. Colomwani has been scoring at Juventus.
So everybody in the PSG side will now see that it is not Enrique's fault that the team is not. It's just that the players are not competing enough. Now he has let some of the players go. Now the competition is up. Everybody wants to compete for places because you know that now if you're not competing for your place, nothing for you.
Okay, let's see what happens in that game. Is Brest is going to be hosting PSG. All League One fixtures for in that game is going to be the first game for today. Let's get your prediction for that game. First, let's get your prediction for the Man City and Real Madrid. I know you support. John will support Man City.
Always, man.
You don't get choice.
You don't get choice. Always. Oh yeah, who wins?
City winning.
We blew out.
City winning.
Blowout.
Straight up. That's all.
But the last time I had blowout, they almost blew them out. Lottingham almost blew you guys.
What was the result at the
Leave
end of
the result of the 2-1.
No, what was the result at the end of the day?
Lottingham almost blew you out.
Liverpool Alpha. Where are they in the FA
We said
Cup?
Liverpool will win. We didn't say
Thank
blow
you.
out. And Liverpool are out. Then we said Man City
Straight
will
up.
blow these people out. And they almost blew Man City out. But now
Who
you're
won,
saying
though?
blow out. Man
Who won,
City.
though?
Blow out.
City win. Simple.
Okay,
Keep begging for
you have to support
blowouts.
Real Madrid.
Definitely now. Who again?
Okay, let's get your
Forget
prediction.
what I'm wearing. It's just I'm an angel. I'm an angel white. I'm always white angel.
Okay, let's get your prediction for Brest versus PSG. Who wins in that game?
PSG wins.
It's
Straight.
going to be a great underdog story for me. Very wonderful underdog story.
He wants
That will
Brest to
never
keep-
happen.
Yes, definitely.
He wants Brest to
Another
keep
dog
moving
story
forward.
that will never happen.
Yeah,
Paris
that's-
Saint-Germain winning it straight up.
It's a personal opinion.
Yes. Okay, if you remember, PSG signed a new contract. Enrique signed a new contract, and not 2 years contract in his contract. Now he's going to stay at PSG in the next 3 years. Let's hope, because this is one of the competition that eluded them. Every single season, they have bought all the stars. They bought Messi, Ramos, Mbappe, Abramovich, Cavani, all names, Thiago Motta. They bought, they bought all names. They bought in the defense. They bought Thiago Silva.
David Beckham,
They bought
Ronaldinho, and
they
all
bought,
those people.
they bought in the defense. They bought Thiago Silva. They bought a whole lot of players, but they could have not actually won. They have reached the final just once when they lost to Bayern Munich in that finals. They are trying to win it with them. They are now building a younger squad. If you look at the players, the Bacolas, the Ramos, they are buying younger players. They're not buying superstars in quotes now. They are trying to now win this competition in a normal way. But can you see them win this competition if they beat Brest?
If they beat Brest, it's going to be dependent on who they draw among the top 8. That's what's going to
If they beat Brest and they beat Liverpool, it's going to be a problem.
Yeah,
They beat Brest and they draw against them, let's say Barcelona. What happens?
that's the thing though.
They beat Brest and they draw against them, Bayern Munich. What happens? So it's going to be tough. It's going to be a tough ask for PSG to come up and we say, okay, but I'm just saying, I'm not.
PSG
Everybody
winning,
has agreed that they will win this and qualify.
winning
But
the
see me
Champions
now, I'm
League.
just saying Brest is just coming up
PSG
top,
winning
so.
the Champions League will rely on a highly fortunate path to the finals. That's all I'm
Fortune
saying.
teller.
That is going to be a highly fortunate fact.
Set our fortune teller.
Let's see if this particular trophy they have been looking for since the Arab took over that club. They have been trying to win the Champions League. They have won multiple trophies in the Ligue 1, won their cup competition, but the Champions League is one thing they won. Just like Man City have been trying since the Arab guys came to Man City. They have been trying to win that Champions League, and they brought in all manner of coaches until they brought Pep and insisted that Pep will stay until he wins in that Champions League, and Pep did it for them. Let's say if they have the same faith with Enrique at PSG, if he's going to build a team that will win them that Champions League, but they trust him, they are giving him a new contract. So let's see if he's going to somehow win this Champions League for them. Okay, other games happening in the Champions League. 9 p.m. is Sporting Lisbon versus Borussia Dortmund. These two teams have just been, I don't know, especially Dortmund in the Bundesliga, they are nowhere top 4.
Yeah.
They are nowhere top 4. So this is the only competition. They are looking like, they reached the Champions League final last season. So it was a surprise for everybody because nobody expected them to reach the Champions League final, but somehow they reached that Champions League final. But this one is, even though it's Sporting Lisbon, what do you think will happen in this game?
I think it's going to be a close game. It could be a draw or Borussia Dortmund edging them out.
Well, I don't think anything is going to happen in this game because Sporting has been on and off in recent games. Borussia Dortmund, on the other hand, have been on and off as well. So you're going to come in and see a very boring game. You might even slip through it, and maybe when you hear goal, you see a commentator shout goal, you wake up to see who scored the goal. Because these two teams have been slipping through games. I think the last game against for Sporting, just score a goal, concede, score, and that was how it was just flat. Borussia Dortmund, on the other hand, their last 5 games, how many wins? They've got 3 wins or so, and a couple of draws here. So I just feel like Borussia Dortmund needs to get their acts together and come into a game. These are the defensive champions. When they brought in the Saim as a coach after the other guy left, I felt like he was going to have a long way to get himself in a competitive team, and he's having it difficult. Now he's beginning to let some players go. Malen has left to Aston Villa. Some other players have left as well. So for those players that left the team, I don't think they've had proper replacement.
Okay, let's see Dortmund. The problem with Dortmund is that they are a selling club. They build and sell. They have not really signed.
The thing is, for you to sell, you have to keep those players for 2 years. Look at what's it called? The guy that left for Man City. Mamouche, I think it was from Stuttgart to Frankfurt, from Frankfurt to Man City. Now these clubs are selling clubs, but at least for 2 years. But for Mamouche, it was just 6 months here, and all of a sudden he's at Man City now.
Okay, let's see. Let's get your prediction for that game. Who wins in that game? Sporting Lisbon versus Borussia Dortmund.
I'm going to call it a draw.
Just who qualifies or who wins?
Who wins?
Okay, who wins today?
They're going to play second leg next week.
Today, I'm just going to stick with Sporting.
Okay, Juventus is going to play PSV in the last game of the Champions League. If you look at Juventus, the last 2 games they have won after a couple of draws everywhere. They are calling them Juventus, but they won their last 2 games in the Serie A. Now they play PSV in the Champions League. What do you think will happen? Who do you think will win in this particular game?
Let's not forget that you talk about winning their last 2 games in the Serie A. You're talking about them beating a Como side and Police side as well in the Serie A.
They won. Before now, they used to draw this kind of games.
It's not about they won. The bottom line is that they won, no doubt, but it's not as if their record this season has been impeccable. So you cannot use that as a yardstick to say that they are coming into this game and they are going to beat a PSV Eindhoven side. Let's not also forget, though, that when they faced off in the Champions League this season, they won PSV in the Champions League 3-1, and then PSV has also beaten a couple sides. So they beat Liverpool this year in the Champions League, and it's going to be a good encounter.
They beat Liverpool that has already qualified. And PSV, I think for the first half of the season, they were getting a couple of draws here and there. They were getting draws, not even a couple of draws. They were getting draws here and there, and all of a sudden they are back into winning ways, and they got themselves in the knockout phase. Now going against Juventus, who had many draws before they started getting wins, it's going to be tough. Juventus are beginning to look like a team that has revamped themselves. They got a couple of signings here in the I think in the January transfer. They got 2 strikers, and all of a sudden Thiago is saying he doesn't want a certain player in the team. Now some of those players now, since they were not sold, came good for him. One of those players came good for him in their last game, And since they've not sold the players yet, and nobody's coming for those players, I think they'll have to continue playing those players, and they'll keep coming good.
The FA Cup fifth round will start.
Yeah.
So let's see who wins in this game. Calls in the Serie A. Inter winning Fiorentina 2-1 in that outstanding game. Remember, they suspended that game because a player actually collapsed in the field, so that game was suspended. Now they played that game yesterday, and Inter winning that game 2-1, John.
Yeah, a good game for them, it was postponed and it has been hanging over Inter Milan's head because they've had that game in hand. Other teams in the Serie A have been also fighting to close that gap on Inter, and having won this game now, they progress and they move up the table as well. It's going to be a good one for them to keep continuing in this format to ensure that they are able to close that gap on Napoli. As they stand now, they are just 1 point behind Napoli, and I think they will be happy for that.
No, so that game, interesting game.
Well, good game. I think the last game for Fiorentina, they won. I think they won by margin, and they had a clean sheet in that game. I think it was a cup game. But now coming against Inter Milan, you feel like, okay, fine. But as bad, you guys have been on top form. You guys have been on form. You guys have been playing good football. What happens if we win the game? And we continue to progress and look for a place in the Champions League. I think that's what Fiorentina are fighting for. They're tired of going to back-to-back European competitions, finals, and not win it. They get Conference League finals back-to-back, losing against West Ham and losing their last one against, I think, this thing, and not winning it. So next season is not about just going to what's called Europa Conference League again and try to win. It's about going to the Champions League and see if we can just at least be in the Champions League. If we can do this, we can do that. No, since we're not winning it, let's compete.
I think one of the things that what Simone Inzaghi is going to be worried about is none of his front men getting on the score sheet and then being gifted these 3 points thanks to that own goal by Mandrogic or whatever.
Okay, if you look at the table now, Napoli is, after 24 games, has 55 points. Inter is second with 54 points. Atlanta is 50 points and Lazio 45 points. That's the top four in Serie A. So if you look at this table, who do you think will still edge it? I think it's between Inter and Napoli. Who do you think will win this Serie A?
I'm going to be backing Inter. It's going to be seen whether Napoli, even if you look at the goal difference, Inter getting more points ahead of Napoli would be hard for Napoli to come back into the table with. So let's just say I'm backing Inter. Let's see how the games come.
Any hope for any hope for our guy?
If you're saying Samu Chukwueze,
Not Chukwueze.
then fine. It's with AC Milan. Look at where they are.
Yeah,
They are back. No hope for AC
I'm
Milan.
talking about Lookman.
Now there's hope.
They are 5 points.
5 points there's hope
yes.
because I said it's a marathon, not a sprint. And
This marathon on the end, though.
This marathon on the end. Now the second half of the season, this second half of the marathon, it's always hard. If you lose any point, it's gone. And when they had that 7 points gap between them and Napoli, I felt like it was over. You get 7 points gap. For my mind, they don't finish. Napoli don't win them. Then Inter Milan is beginning to tell me that no, it's not over. The fight happens till the end of the season. And I'm like, okay, fine. If it's happening like this, Atlanta can still be in the race. 5 points behind. And I looked at what happened at La Liga. Just the previous weekend. The first and second just decided to share the points 1-1. And dash one to the referee and the fan base. And third position has closed the gap from 5 points behind to 2 points. So it's like, if it can happen in La Liga and it can happen in Bundesliga, why can't it happen in Serie A?
I'm hoping
and
that
we are hoping. John is hoping it will happen in the Premier League, but it will not happen. It can happen every other place.
Anyway,
so we are hoping
it's fine by me. My own is we have to finish as high as we can up the table, and then we'll be back to winning next year. Simple.
Okay.
Now it's not until next year.
Let's see if Lookman.
There's still hope for Atlanta.
Yeah, they're still hoping that Atlanta, because of Lookman, will win this year. At some point, we are almost leading in that table, but Napoli started winning games. Inter always going to be Inter.
Yes. Of 2 injuries.
Then Inter started winning their games. Now they are third on the table, 5 points behind Napoli. So let's see who wins that Serie A by the end of the season. In La Liga yesterday, it was Mallorca 1, Osasuna 1. These two teams is just low boys. Low boys having
they cancel themselves.
They don't dash themselves 1 point in that game. Okay, let's open the phone lines and take calls. Tell us who you think will win today's Champions League. It's Manchester City and Real Madrid. Who do you think will win today's game? And also, I asked yesterday, I know most of you were trying to call yesterday about Chelsea. Chelsea, do you think that Maresca is still the right person to take Chelsea forward? So these are the two questions we are asking today. Who wins in today's Champions League between Manchester City and Real Madrid? And do you think that Maresca should stay at Chelsea? Yeah, hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Good morning. Name and location, please.
Good morning. Also morning.
Good
Good
morning.
morning.
I never alpha now.
I did.
Came today,
Yeah, normal.
but I don't used to support Man City, but I'm still sticking with Real Madrid because they are one of my second club. But even though today I support Man City because of you.
No,
Now, man, you
I-
find
you win all the same.
Now, man, you find
Real
you.
Madrid is my team, so I used to support Real Madrid and Man United. So as Man United
Now
not
them.
for Champions League, I hold myself with Real Madrid.
Okay.
So that's why. Yeah, so
Now
I
them.
keep saying Real Madrid will carry the day today.
Ah.
So no best for my level. I just talk. I'm not.
No, I'll win anyways, with or without you.
Thank you very much.
Another thing is that my brother, this if they don't do well for us, so we will continue to play Premier League club. So we don't go rest at all. After nothing Arsenal, they can't give us Leicester. After Leicester again, now it's Fulham now. Wow, why these people they do? At least I expect soft draw for Man United. It's unfortunate. I'm not happy at all.
All right.
At least they forgive us another soft landing. Now we just manage this one. Now they want to knock us by all means because they will qualify with Ojoro. Thank you very much. The name is Man United calling from IMT.
Thank you very much. You say you want soft landing. Don't know they give that
No soft landing. I feel like the head that wears the crown.
When Plymouth even won Liverpool, we thought it was a soft landing.
Oh, is
Now
that?
they are meeting Man City.
No soft
Now,
landing
for their
anyway.
mind now, after Liverpool, they will meet a smaller team like Cardiff and all of those. And all of a sudden, they are meeting Man City.
Okay. Yeah, hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Name and location, please.
Yes, man.
Okay, what is your contribution?
Okay.
My brother,
Mm.
all of the cover. They go for outside road, they carry a kid for them.
Mm.
They don't believe that our you, they don't stand that our you, they don't stand that our you.
Mm.
They don't stand that our you. I see my Real Madrid.
Okay, Man City, Real Madrid. Okay.
I see my now. Man, you will suffer because they don't believe that our you. They don't stand that our you.
All right. Thank you very much. Okay, it's predicted that Man City is going to win Real Madrid today. So let's see if that will happen in today's game. Yeah, hello, good morning.
Hello, good
Yeah,
morning.
good morning. Name and location, please.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you for me, Bonafide.
Okay, Pedro, what is your contribution?
Please, what did Inter players say?
Two goals, 1-2-1.
Okay, that one. For today match, Real Madrid and Man City, the Arena champion will take the day. Real Madrid will beat Man City.
Okay.
There is the experience to knock out Man City today.
Defending champions.
Okay.
Yes, but I don't see them winning the Champions League, but I see them reaching at least the semi-final or quarter-final.
Okay.
I want PSG to win the Champions League for the first time.
Oh wow, you are supporting PSG. Okay.
The same way you're supporting PSG, some people are supporting Tottenham to win the Europa League.
Thank you very much. Okay, for him, PSG to win the Champions
The
League.
same way he's supporting
Then he
PSG.
wants Real Madrid to beat Manchester City today. I think most people that are not in England, outside England, is either supporting Real Madrid or Barcelona somehow.
In England, they are Man United fans who support Man City.
Yeah, hello, good morning. Good morning. Never location, please. Okay, what is your contribution?
This man you man on the field, they never play ball at all. I think they fair. Common food on the field, but we are with them. They never on the field. Yeah, now they know we already. I think they know already. For him at this match
Yes.
today, he is him at they get Champions League.
Yeah.
They get. Even though Rudy cannot do, even though the Open cannot, the first thing I remember it will be lost. I think they should have cup with that. So I think it's they thought Real Madrid to beat Man City.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Everybody's against
Babele
you.
FC.
Everybody's
It's
against you
not Babele
today.
FC. EPL fans.
Everybody's against
EPL
you.
fans will support.
It doesn't matter.
EPL team.
At the end of the day, what matters is what happens at the end of 90 minutes. Simple.
Okay.
At the end of 90 minutes, a 2-1 win, and we are moving on. Straight up.
Okay, let's take another call. Yeah, hello, good morning.
Good morning, Nosu.
Good morning.
Good morning. John.
Good
Good
morning.
morning.
Good morning, my colleague.
Good morning. Name and location, please.
This is the engineer additional from Transico.
Okay, what is your contribution?
My brother, I see the game of Madrid and Man City this night.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when say any place where two lion and two elephant fight, the grass will suffer it.
Mm.
The issue is, for me, as it comes like this, I will support Man City because of one thing.
Okay.
I don't want any England club to fail out on Champions League like that.
Okay.
I always support England club when it comes to the Champions League.
Mm.
The game, no matter as it was, as Madrid come and visit England, you know, any Spanish club always afraid to come from England to come and play. So let Guardiola do everything possible that it matters, or let them see even just a long goal for this first leg.
Okay.
So if they are going to Spanish, they need to go and draw so they can go through.
Okay.
That's one. Two, let Chelsea people to have patience for their coach. They can still take them to their good destination. If they can believe like us as Arsenal, you know, you will have patience for the first year, second year, about that. Now, you are not see what that will do for us. It can quit him now.
Okay.
That's why Gunners for life.
Thank you very much. Okay, he's saying that Chelsea fans should cool down with Maresca. It should give him more time to build what he's trying to build at Chelsea. I think
Yeah,
it's the
of
right
course.
thing. 1 year is still small for you to build a team. At least 2 years, 3 years is okay. The same with Amorim too at Manchester United, but let's see if that will happen. Yeah, hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Name and location, please.
John from Enugu.
Okay, John, what is your contribution?
I said, how wish is Man City versus West Ham? Must we do as usual disappear for the rest of the season?
I cannot disappear. I cannot. You know, I was supposed to disappear today because my team is not playing. But let's leave West Ham. We are on holiday. We are resting.
Man City will trash them 3-0.
Real Madrid.
Okay.
Yes.
It's not Ipswich Town, no.
I know that.
It's not
West Ham.
It's not Coventry. It's Real Madrid.
I wish it's West Ham. It will be 10.
It's not Coventry.
I wish it's West Ham. It will be 10.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Thank you for your contribution.
It's not Ipswich Town. It's not Coventry.
If you like, call
It's
West
not-
Ham. Anything
It's
you
not
want to
Doncaster
call.
United. I mean Doncaster. It's not Leeds
You go
United.
explain tire.
It's not. It's Real Madrid.
It's a 50-50 game. Okay, let's take the last call before we end the show.
Hmm.
Yeah, hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good
Good
morning.
morning. God will.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good
Good
morning.
morning. Name and location, please.
It's Bishop. I am Transecool.
Okay.
Okay.
Sure.
It's going to be a tough game. Yes. It's going to be a tough game. Madrid and Man City. Even though the two teams are not at their best now, this is not the city of that won the treble.
Mm-hmm.
That also played Madrid. And Madrid, I think they used to say that all their back none is available.
Yes.
So I don't know how they are going to cope. But experience will count. And irrespective of what's happened today, it's not over today. You still have to play at Bernabeu. I
Yeah.
think Bernabeu is going to decide what is going to happen. But a tough game is going to be. In as much as all the attack, which is Madrid is ready, they can also concede. Yes, they can also concede. And City also can concede. Even if they beat you 2-0, the match is not over. That's what they have shown us this season. So I believe it's going to be a tough match. Yes, because who is going to win. But experience will count. I believe that City will come out between the both legs. I'm not just deciding the match today. It's not going to decide today. The second leg will decide the match. But with the experience of Madrid, I pick them to go through.
Okay.
Then as for Maresca, no, now it's too early. Yeah, it's too early to say that he's talking about his sack. Then what you really say about Amorim? Is it because
Thank you.
that he took because them from the first season, then Amorim came later in the season. But Magi is getting worse with Amorim. The other coach also, the team is not that good, but give them time. Let them get some of their players. Give them 2 years, at least maximum of 2 years.
Okay.
We're talking about sack.
All right.
Thanks, man.
Thank you very
Thank you very
much.
much.
Uh,
Sure.
Okay, finally, Everton have a new takeover. Now they have been talking that they'll start spending from next season, but for the last 5 or 6 seasons, they have.
There is a flaw in the Premier League's PSR. You can't expect a club, a board now to take over a club, and then you want the board now to, from the get-go, without investing in the team, start abiding by PSR. There should be a clause that allows them 2 or 3 seasons, a comfort, a safe space,
yes,
where you can invest in the team and then without the PSR issue, and then you come back and after 2 or 3 seasons you cannot abide by the PSR.
Your first season,
they have to cool down small. You know that they had a point deduction because of this whole financial issue.
That's what I'm saying.
Look at it now. I think it's normal. You just came in, I think, in the summer or this season. You're going to start investing in the next summer. You get, it's just the way it works. In your team took over Man United, what happened? They waited till the summer before they invested at Man United. So it's just what's going to happen with that thing. Next summer they start investing, and the PSR will not, after the investment from next summer, then from there on it can start affecting them.
Let's see what they are going to be doing from this summer. They are going to be investing in players. Now they have not really bought because of the financial issue they have. Now they have a new takeover who is going to pump in money in that club. So probably will start signing. Maybe they will turn out like Man City. Maybe. But let's see what happens. Okay, this is how we're going to end today's show. Thank you for joining us on today's show. It's going to be the biggest game in the Champions League today. Is Man City and Real Madrid is going to play at the Etihad 9 p.m. So let's all sit down with our with a cup of drink,
water.
Drink water, please.
Drink water because of a bottle of water.
And drink water and enjoy this game. Let's hope it's going to give us more entertainment, more goals in that game. So let's hope. But tomorrow we'll come back here and talk about that game. My name is Godwin. See you tomorrow.
Hello, Enugu, and welcome to Volt 104.3 FM, where music meets the voltage.
You want
gospel and let them have dominion. The kingdom of God is within people. Awesome programs exclusively on Volt 104.3 FM.